Welcome to GC's Web3 world. In today's video, we're going to talk about some seasonal event gameplay, a little bit about a new arena, and finally some updates. Okay, let's get started. The first arena that we're going to go over today is Creepy Climb. Creepy Climb is a race. You start off in the starting box, getting jostled all over like all of the rest of the arenas. Also, like the rest of the arenas, you want to try to time it to get out in front of the competition if possible. That isn't always the case, but use sprint to your advantage. So first, you get through this little area. If you have the ability to get a power-up, use it to buy yourself some space. If not, just go through whenever you have the opportunity. Hopping on the different platforms, once you get to the second gate, there is a bouncy trampoline on the right and the left that you can use to get over if you can't get in the gate. Once you get on the path with the first eyeball, you want to sprint, then jump to the left and jump back. The bottle cap section is pretty easy to navigate, and then you're going to go up the curved slide. From there, you want to go over to the right hand side, getting as much fish as possible, because coming up on the second area, you're going to run into a golden fish that you want to try and get if you have the opportunity. As you see, I got the fish, but I missed the platform. No matter. Pop back up. When you're going through, if you don't sprint and you only single jump, you'll be able to go from platform to platform. Just walk it through the end, jump, walk it through the end, jump. Then you want to go to the next stage with the eyeballs. Whatever the clearest path is, you want to go on that one. Of course, sprint if you can. Jump to the right or left depending on the one you started on, and continue to do that until you get to the finish line. As you can see in this particular case, even though I fell off trying to get the gold fish, I still finished first. So don't worry if you get jostled at the beginning, if you fall off. If you continue to stay focused, you can still finish first. It's not an impossible thing. Next, knockout at Penguin Isles. This particular arena, the team with the most KOs wins, of course, but also you want to try and get fish if possible. So you have the 4 fish rings that are on the slides on each of the corners. I try to start, pick up a power-up if possible. If not, it's no problem. There's one on the other side of the slide, so I want to go there, try and get some fish. If there are others from the other side in that particular area, I'll try to fight them. If not, I'll try to go all the way around, do all 4, pick up all the fish, and then at that particular point, start to fight. In this particular case, the costume I'm wearing isn't the best for the area. Octobomb is okay, but again, that's one you have to aim. So with that particular one, I just try to move around, do the best that I can, and more importantly, not try to get killed myself, because I don't want to take away from my total. So you'll see me here just moving around, trying to eliminate some of the enemies, but the first thing I did, get all the fish rings, and that allowed me to move on with my team. Survival at Get Kracken. This one, I pretty much always start off about the same way. I look who's on the left and the right of me, and I turn to the left, and I'm running around the outside ring to get as many fish as possible, keeping in mind that if there is someone that is coming towards me that I either want to speed up past them or want to jump to the inside, you can be eliminated by someone knocking you off at the very beginning. So I try to be conscious of that. Once the first outer ring falls off, I want to turn inside so I can see where the octopus is going to be shooting the water, because I want to be able to avoid that. If I have a power-up and there's an opportunity to take out an adversary, I certainly want to do that. Again, gathering as many fish as possible. I've noticed recently that the amount of fish that you can get seems to have been reduced. So we finished that one, and here you can see what my total score is, 195. It's one of my highest scores. I'm still trying to figure out what is the best way to go. Next, race at Gusty Gauntlet. This particular race is a relatively straightforward one. The place where you really have to watch yourself is with the fans, because if you fall in and the competition catches up with you, then it could be a long race. So again, you want to try to get out first. See if you can determine where the fish ring is, the first fish ring, so you can run towards it to get that. Second fish ring on the left side. In this case, I'd go on the right side if the first fish ring was over there. Take out the barrel. I like running through the center with sprint, jumping on the left or right side and grabbing that fish ring, the two barrels. And this is where it really gets tricky, because the fan boosts you up and you can miss a blade. But in that case, it worked out. I skipped the middle ring. That one puts you in some danger, because as soon as you go on the platform up the tube, the race is over. So if you have a extreme lead, you can absolutely pick up that last ring. But in most cases, because the race is so short, you're not going to have enough space to pick that up and then get yourself back where you need to be so that you're able to win. It's not that there isn't time necessarily. As you can see, there's only 3 of 10 right now, so I probably could have made it. The issue is, if I had gone for it and got caught in a pack, there's always the possibility of getting jostled around, kicked, hit, knocked into the water, and that could put me in a bad situation, put you in a bad situation. If it's a race out of 10, it's not bad. If it's a race 5, not messing with it. Next, King of the Hill, Haunted Hills, the new arena. This particular one it's interesting because it's not stationary, it moves. You want to go with the scoring field, stay in the scoring area. I almost always get first place on this. Sprint right out the gate, straight to the area. I stay in that area, I don't jump up. People come to attack me. I defend myself primarily. They'll bounce up and down, but typically they're just going to move you to the left and the right, so you're going to stay in the range. Once you see it start to move, you go with it. You can see in this particular case, I got knocked backwards. I was in first place. That moved me to second. I'm heading back over to the field so I can start scoring again. I caught up with it, and now I'm back in there. I'm in fourth place, right, from first to fourth. Back in the little crevice right there, because I've got knocked around a couple times, got knocked off, but I'm sticking with it. It's moving again, chasing it. Where I like to go is a little cubby behind there. It's difficult to get to for people trying to attack you, but you can also go back and forth on the rail and stay within the area. And you can see I went from fourth all the way back up to first, and I finished in first place. That isn't my favorite example of it. There's some cubbies behind the outer areas that you can stick yourself in, and those are much better. Rising Tide, depending on who you have, can be easy or difficult. Over time, I've expanded what I do with this one. So first, I make sure I get the goldfish. So wherever I start, I pay attention to where that is, get the goldfish. And I also look at how many fish that I have. I have 50 fish. So I know that I'm going to try and get some more along this particular match. This one, of course, the center tree is the tree you want to be on. It's the only tree that never goes away. It's also a very contentious tree. So you have to be able to guard and protect yourself. Once the water goes out, I'll try to pop down, pick up a power up, pick up 2-3 fish, and head back in, getting to my tree again. That isn't really the main one that I want. It's this next one, because once it comes again, you'll get fish barrels. Didn't get to see it on this occasion because everybody else was eliminated. So done with that match. You can see here, score 146. 52 points less than the first round. Very different. Number one, I can tell you I didn't have nearly as many fish. But other than that, I also didn't have a lot of costumes that gave me the bonus. So you'll notice in this one, in this creepy climb, no costumes with bonus. So I'm just picking a costume. I'm trying to determine if a 3-star, a 2-star, a 1-star is going to give you more points. Haven't quite figured that out yet. Again, jostled around. Now forward, power up, knocking the competition out of the way, going forward. In this particular case, I'm in the lead. There's a couple people around me, hopping on the platforms, straight through the door, onto the platform onto the left. The eyeball goes, hop on the long walkway, run, hop to the left, gonna hop back to the right after the eyeball's gone, through the bottle cap section, of course, if I have the opportunity, knock somebody off with the sword, up the railing to the top. From there, staying on the right hand side, I'm gonna angle towards the goldfish again. It's the only one that I've seen thus far, and it's fairly easy to get to. But again, as you can see, I fell. So 2 times on this arena, 2 times I fell. Got it the next time, back up, and I'm over to the left hand side, gonna go through it, and then once I get over to the next platform, gonna grab a couple fish, and again up. So no eyeball in the middle, gonna go there, gonna go to the right, no eyeball there, to the left. I got hit, I didn't adjust in time, and in that particular case, I ended up in second place. So still not bad. I try to shoot for top 3 every single time if possible. It isn't always possible, but that is my goal. So with this particular course, it's not very long. So you have the opportunity to have 1, maybe 2 errors. Anything more than that, and it's gonna be rough. If you have somebody who has a drop ability, you can drop something like a mango or Suss's trap right at the exit points to try and trip up the competition. But if not, then no big deal. This case, 2 with bonuses, so I went with Brain Rotter. Brain Rotter is pretty good because you have the ability to use that plague fish and arc, and whoever's hit by that plague fish is going to be disoriented, so they're not going to be able to control where they fall. Again, as I said before, you want to go towards the center with these types of spinning boards. Try and move around a little bit. Try and find, if you have the opportunity, of course, a power up to give yourself a little bit more protection, but you can't always do that, so hang towards the middle. Goes up, goes down, you can move to one side or the other side. With him, swing the fish, got rid of a couple people, and that's all that was needed. Next, survival, fan out. This is another one of my favorite boards or arenas. It doesn't have a lot of fish, so if you're getting to this at the end and you don't have a lot of fish, you're not going to pick up a lot. It's important to pay attention to where the fans are coming from. In the first round, I will run around the edges and try and get as many fish as possible, of course, keeping in mind and aware of who's around me, because they can kick you and knock you off. But for the most part, you can pay attention to. I almost got knocked off there, but I was paying attention, so I was able to save it. Again, the fans are out, so now it's a different type of competition. Had the sword, knocked him off, tried to pick up another power up. Careful with the banana skins, those are really tough to avoid. Next fan series, got out to the side, again, got another power up. This guy's on the edge. I didn't have to do anything. He knocked himself off. So now I have to pay attention to what side I go to when the fans come out, because I don't want to go on the side with the banana skins. He's coming towards me. He got close enough for me to hit him. And in that particular case, he was able to catch himself. Now there's banana peels all over the place, so I have to really be careful. The power-ups are helping me. I was able to hit him. At that particular point, the big fans at the end, whenever you see those come up, you want to hit sprint and run directly towards them. They're pretty much almost impossible to avoid. So you just hope that you get there first. 173 this match, so a pretty good match, I would say. I did have a couple more costume bonuses, so that helped me out. My fish still were mediocre. Since the last two patches ago, I haven't consistently been in the hundreds. I was in 100, 110, 120, 125 fish every probably 2 out of every 5 rounds, and now breaking 100 is near impossible with the arena selection. So in this particular case, it's going to swing from the left to the right, but everybody is moving so quickly. If you don't get out immediately, you're just going to have to adapt. So fish barrel off to the right here, jumping on the fan blades, going to try to get towards the center section, avoid the hook and go forward, go up the tubes. Coming out of the left tube, went back to grab the fish there because I knew I didn't really have any fish at all. Then the platform up here, if you have Cato or Ballerina Cappuccina, you can jump it. In this case, I missed it entirely and had to start from the bottom. I try to pick up these 5 fish because I know I can navigate up here, so it's going to go away. So I'm going to jump on that one when it turns green, try to clear the path a little bit, and it's just navigating. When I know that they're going to flip, just pay attention. That double jump usually gives you enough time to get to where you need to be, getting on the fans and just running through. In this particular case, again, I knew it was going to flip, so I hesitated a little bit so that I could get on the green side, and again, first place. I've gone through, got first place on every single one, and still ended up with a horrible score before. So first place is helpful, but it's not the end all be all. It's definitely a combination. So you do the best that you can. Okay, Haunted Hills. Now we're back for King of the Hill. And again, the King of the Hill events are my events. Number one piece of advice, get to the scoring area first. For some reason, if you're in first place to begin with, it's hard for people to knock you off. If you start off in a lower place, it seems almost impossible to build your way up. So as soon as it hits 1, hit sprint, go towards the area. They're gonna come and try to knock you out of the area, but they're not trying to stay in the area. They're just trying to knock you out of the area. So for you, that's beneficial. If you get knocked out, you go back in and you're still earning points. So this whole time I'm earning points. So it's moving and I'm gonna move with it. Running to the side, and in this particular one, now you see the cubby, there's one on either side. It's very difficult for anybody to get at you because half the time when they jump, they end up on the rail and they end up going around, and the other half, they end up going over. So if you can get in that little cubby, it's going to let you just farm points. You're gonna earn those first place points and not be messed with. Now, coming out of it, you could get kicked or hit or what have you, but that's all right. As a general rule, you're typically going to be pretty high point wise, so that gives you the ability to, sustain a little damage. Go into the center area and it's a wrap. Not even close. So at that point I was able to fend them off, but it didn't even really matter. Even if I wasn't in that area, I would have still won. Next, back to Rising Tide. So again, remember, with Rising Tide, you want to go for the gold fish first, especially if you're low on your fish total. I believe that these fish were worth more before. I think that's part of it. I think they've lowered the amount that these fish are worth, and that's something that's contributing again to the lower fish totals. But get that as soon as you can. Then up on the center tree. right? Once you're on that tree, remember, you have to guard it. You have to control that territory because people are going to come at you. If you have the opportunity to, then you definitely want to knock someone off. You may not be able to, but you don't want to have the possibility of them knocking you off. Get off, grab a power up, grab a couple fish, whatever you feel comfortable with. 3 to 4 is pretty much the most that I feel comfortable with, and then I'm back up to the top. With this particular board, it's go around, it's going to let you see. So now you see the fish barrel. So 1 fish barrel, there's one on the other side. I'm going to try to grab that right quick. 2 fish barrels. That's about as much as I'm going to do, and then I'm going to get back up there, because sometimes when you jump up, the jump isn't great. So I want to give myself enough time to be able to adjust if need be. So there we go. Another first place, 178 points. Not bad. Not up to my first one, but still pretty decent. And you can see after each one of these, I leave in here so you can see what place I got, what fish bonus I got, what the top 5 streak I'm on. But that doesn't really do too much for you. But it might allow you to determine how to best manage it. In that particular case, I'm going to show you my score here, 546. So I'm in 3rd place right now. After that, all you can do is wait and watch your score. If somebody knocks your score down, then at that particular point, you have the opportunity to redo it. Additionally, you may have seen at the top of the screen that there's a daily fish limit. So the daily fish limit is 4,000 now. That's the most fish you can get in a day. Honestly, I haven't come anywhere close to it. I think the most I've gotten since they've instituted it is maybe 2,800, 2,900 or something like that. So I don't think that's a big concern presently. And lastly, you may have seen that I am almost to the present max level. I have about a little bit over 1,000 left to max out level 79. When I get to that, I'll definitely put that on a video so that we can see if there's anything that comes up on the screen whenever you hit that particular milestone. I really don't think there will be, but I'll put it up there anyway. And that's pretty much it. So I hope you enjoyed this video on Pudgy Party gameplay. If you did, please like and subscribe. See you in the trenches. GG.